Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Age channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. American heavyweight Michael Hunter sparred with Anthony Joshua ahead of his possible rematch with Dillian Whyte. Scheduled left for August 12th, and believes that the former will almost certainly repeat the success of 2015 when he strangled this guy. Michael Hunter worked with AJ in Dallas, USA, where he came to train with coach Derrick James. "I think AJ will win this fight," he told Boxing UK. "I think that now he will definitely take over. As long as he stays focused, he will always have an advantage over White." According to Hunter, everything is in Joshua's favor. In addition, he wants a fight himself, and I think this is a good fight for him to regain his confidence and continue to demonstrate what he worked on in the gym. AJ is a good guy, he has a great temperament, he trains hard, he is in good shape and ready, man, the American assures. People want to talk about the new AJ, old AJ, and I just think that many of us fighters depend on the mood, and he has a great mood right now. Former UFC fighter Brandon Schaub criticized the potential fight of the former heavyweight champion of the promotion Francis Ngannou with the star British boxer Tyson Fury. Early promoter Ed Hearn said that Fury and Ngannou plan to hold an exhibition boxing match in which knockdowns will not be counted. Schaub noted that he doesn't see the point in such a fight at all. So what's the point of this? There will be no knockdowns, there will be no real fight. Besides, it is the worst thing you can do. It would be a terrible mistake for Francis Ngannou. When you leave the UFC, you hope to get a big fight. If you arrange a fake boxing match, then all the fans will turn away from you. To be honest, I would rather watch the fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, the fighter said. Former world champion Johnny Nelson responded to the promoter of the WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury, Frank Warren, who had previously spoken negatively about him, and said that he was talking nonsense. Let's remember this, I think Tyson Fury is better than many members of his team. I think he makes a little stupid decisions, dictated by emotions. It seems to me that it will affect him more than anyone else. He won't lose his support, but he will get to the stage where the fans will think, okay, really, I don't care what Tyson says this time because he may change his mind this week. Instead of really answering questions, Frank Warren tries to belittle those who ask them. That's what kids do. Frank is about that. He should know better about this. I like you, Frank, but it was the action of a lineman. Well, answer him, he doesn't pay me, so I don't have to bend over him and let him kick my ass. I know Frank, he made me a champion, so I know who the king of idle chatter is. In this regard, he did a great job with me, Nelson said. British businessman and talk sport radio host Simon Jordan doesn't believe that in the fight announced by promoter Frank Warren, which will turn the game around, WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury will meet Francis Ngannou. Frank Warren said that soon there will be a revolution in the game, and it can be a fight with Ngannou. I know what it is. This can't be a duel with Ngannou. It will be interesting. This will change the parameters of the organization of fights, and it will not mean that you are dependent on certain people or groups. I don't think the co-op in the game is the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight, and I don't think they need to fight anyway. Despite the obsequious, annoying and flattering announcements from Mauricio Suleiman about what a special fighter Fury is, these guys need to be forced to fight more often than now, Jordan said. The former champion of the first heavyweight division, Britain Tony Bellew, gave a description to his compatriot, the WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury. Tony described the Gypsy King in 3 words, called him a big and strong fighter who constantly contradicts himself. Big, dangerous contradiction, Bellew said. Recall that Tyson had his last fight in December last year against his compatriot Derek Chisora, whom he defeated by technical knockout in the 10th round. Now Fury has no scheduled fights, but it is expected that he will fight with former UFC champion Francis Ngannou in the fall. American heavyweight Gerald Washington shared his opinion about a potential fight between Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. Washington met both boxers in the ring. In 2017, he lost prematurely to Wilder in the 5th round. Gerald didn't fight with Ruiz but sparred, so he also knows about his capabilities. Washington is convinced that Ruiz will not be able to do anything with Wilder if they still agree on a duel. Ruiz will never win, by no means. I think Dante will just take Andy out. It doesn't matter which of them has the best footwork. Wilder is much better. There will be a knockout, Washington said. Legendary American Mike Tyson answered the question of who is currently the best boxer on the planet. The former world champion didn't even hesitate to name the current WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Fury is the best boxer in the world right now. You don't even need to know him personally for such a conclusion, Tyson said in a recent interview. The next fight of the WBC world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury will change the rules of the game. Well-known journalist Michael Benson told about this on his social networks, with reference to Fury's promoter Frank Warren. According to Warren, the contract for the next fight has largely already been agreed. As for the announcement, it may take place next week. In the last fight, Fury held his third title defense with 38-year-old compatriot Derrick James. The fight was completed in the 10th round. The referee stopped the fight, awarding the victory to Fury by technical knockout. On July 29th, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas will host a potential fight of the year. The absolute welterweight champion will be determined by the holders of all division titles, Americans Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Former champion from the USA, Austin Trout, explains very well why it is so difficult to determine the favorite in this confrontation. Personally, I bet on Crawford, but I don't like the arguments in his favor. All this talk about Spence being a basic fighter. What the fuck? Yeah, many of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing were in fact basic. You know, there are actually a lot more aspects to boxing than they say about it, and there are actually a lot more questions in this fight. According to Austin Trout, Crawford is very vulnerable at the beginning of fights. Pay attention to the fact that he constantly misses in the opening rounds, and the question is how he will hold Spence's punches. If it's okay, then I think, over time, he will calculate error. WBO welterweight world champion Terence Crawford shared his thoughts on who is the greatest boxer of our time, and in the history of boxing in general. The greatest fighter at the moment is Floyd Mayweather, but the greatest fighter of all time should be Sugar Ray Robinson, Crawford said. Former champion of two divisions Timothy Bradley told what Errol Spence should be afraid of in a fight with Terence Crawford. According to Bradley, Spence needs to be patient, because Crawford is an excellent counterpuncher and is very well oriented in the fight. The main thing that is needed is patience, because Crawford knows how to strike back. If you make a mistake, he will make you pay. In addition, it adapts easily, which makes it even more dangerous. Terence is a versatile fighter. It's not even about the left-hand stance or the ability to change stance. It's not even that. It's about Crawford himself, because he knows how to do everything, Bradley said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.